Ladies and gentlemen, the most recent news that we've seen from Ming-Chi Kuo was very, very interesting about Apple potentially putting an A18 Pro chip inside of a MacBook. Obviously, there is no indication that this is true yet. This is just Ming-Chi Kuo talking about what he's heard, things like that. This is just a rumor, nothing real. We haven't seen anything, but honestly, I do think this makes a lot of sense, and it's something that I want personally. Like, I would buy this because there's this gap in the market. Right now, if you look at Apple's lineup and what's soon to be the iPhone 17 lineup, you're seeing there's, at least in the MacBooks, there's a MacBook Air and a MacBook Pro. In the iPads, there's an iPad, there is an iPad Air, and there's an iPad Pro. About to be in the 17s, there's going to be an iPhone 17 Air, and an iPhone 17 Pro. Do you see that lineup? You know what's missing from that lineup? Obviously, just a regular MacBook. But they used to make a regular MacBook. There used to be a 12-inch MacBook, which was, as you guys know, it's a fan favorite laptop that Apple made. And they got rid of it, I think, a little bit too soon. And the rumors do say, Ming-Chi Kuo did say that this isn't supposed to be like a revived 12-inch MacBook. It's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be essentially a MacBook Air, just with, worse parts, with things like an A18 Pro chip, which is an iPhone chip in a laptop. And possibly that means other budget-saving things, like maybe no center stage, maybe the display gets a little less bright, maybe things like that to cut back, maybe no Touch ID, you know what I mean? And honestly, I'm okay with that. I have an iPad, I have a MacBook, but I also have a 16-inch MacBook and I have an 11-inch iPad. I would really like to be able on my commutes and drives, or even just to take it to work, which doesn't involve anything other than emails and Microsoft Word. I would love to be able to bring some hybrid of the two of those things. iPad is great for a series of things, but I couldn't work a full 8-hour work day with it. And my 16-inch MacBook Pro, I definitely can, and I'd be fine with. But that middle ground would be nice for me. And also, it would be great for students, because assuming they release this, it's probably going to have a very, very attractive price. If you look at the MacBook Airs today, they start at $999 for 16 gigabytes RAM. They start with that with 256 gig of storage. I know that's pretty low and all of that, but you're getting a fantastic package for $1,000. But if they bin things down, if they put in A18 chip, which is an awesome thing, seeing that an iPhone chip would be able to run something like that on a MacBook, you're going to get a cheaper price off the rip. And I think there's a big market for that. And I think it also says a lot about where we are with silicon in general, because an A18 Pro chip powering a MacBook is crazy to me, and it just proves more and more that we could get a stage manager mode on these, because if you think about it, the dev kit to switch to the M series was based on an A12, I think it was A12Z or A12 Bionic or something like that chip. So if you think about it, obviously these chips are basically just kind of a little bit weaker M1 chips. That's crazy to me. Obviously it means we're going to be able to get a full computing software on a MacBook with these chips. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's very clear, and I think that's very, very exciting. This thing was priced either like $699 or $799. There wouldn't be a lot holding me back from buying this thing. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a great happy medium. I love using like I said, I love using my iPad for very specific things. One of the things I like to do on my iPad is write. I do a lot of writing for videos and video planning on my iPad. But Notion on the iPad is terrible. And I know obviously Notion isn't the sole reason to buy a computer or something like that, but having the flexibility to use apps that work really well on Mac that don't work really well on iPad in a very portable and cheap price point is something that sounds great to me. Like, if I'm paying the price for a 13-inch iPad Air, in theory, for this soon-to-be MacBook Pro, or MacBook, excuse me, A18 chip, you know what I mean? I think that's a great package. I think that's very exciting, and I think a lot of people are going to like that a lot. So, yeah, definitely wanted to talk about this. Let me know your thoughts on this potential laptop down in the comments. And with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.